Can you believe that Forza Horizon 4 has been out for almost a month already? 4 more days, basically 3 more by the time you're going to see this video. It will be a month since the Ultimate Edition released of Forza Horizon 4, so we are looping all the way back to summer already. The next Forzathon Weekly challenge, Kettle of Fish, is approaching very quickly. We're going to have some new items in the Forzathon shop, which we aren't going to talk about today, but just get ready for it because it's going to be something a lot of people probably won't expect. But for all of the challenge in this upcoming Forzathon, you're going to need to use a cult car. So go to My Cars and filter for it. That way you can see what you have already. There's a couple cars that I'm going to recommend in this video, but it is totally up to you. You don't have to listen to me, but if you are watching this video, most likely you're probably going to at least try what I'm suggesting. So the first one, after just getting in the car and driving it, here we go again. 5 million skill score we need. So I recommend the Peel P50. And some of you hopefully aren't going to think I'm crazy when I say this. The reason I'm suggesting this car is there are 2 perks that are extremely helpful, on top of all the other little ones that give you little boosts, but your skill multiplier will build 3 times as fast. You can go all the way up to 8 with your skill multiplier. That one right there is the biggest one. Peel Appeal. Yes, that one. And then obviously this one is super important. This one might actually be the most important, being able to crash twice and still live. I also do recommend using my tune. This is a tune where it's fun, it's fast, but it's manageable. It's controllable because you can't be crashing a ton when you're going for this skill score if you want to get it quickly. And just so you're aware, the Peel P50 is the summer barn find. So this is the location if you do not have it yet. I'm recommending this because the barn find is free. So it's right here. This is the location of the barn find. That's the summer barn find, which you can only get in summer, which is what the season is about to change to for this weekly Forzathon challenge. So the spot that I recommend going, and again, you can use whatever car you want, but trust me, the P50 is going to be perfect for this, but we're going to go to the beach this week. We started with my little off-road spot for our off-road vehicle, then we went to the airfield because tons of people were telling me that they love that spot. But the airfield is just not going to work this week, and here's why. The Peel P50 is going to be perfect for this Forzathon event, but there is one issue with it, and that's that it's just so tiny. It's such a tiny little car that things that you normally could just smack right through and just keep on going, keep building your skill chain, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Look at this. I hit tires, these little tires here. And that is enough to kill my chain with the P50. So, pew! Get that out of here. We're not using that spot. We're going to the beach because not only is this another spot that people have told me is a lot of fun. What is going on here? Yo, when I was doing this, I thought I was actually trying to show you why we're not using this exact spot on the beach. And this thing survived for way longer than I thought it would. But we're going for 5 million skill score. And this P50, it is super resilient. It's like, no, I'm not losing this skill chain, man. I don't care what you try and do. I don't care how many times I flip. I don't care if I roll on my side. I don't care what happens. I am not losing my skill chain. This P50, it is a tough cookie, I'll tell you. Now, the reason I'm showing this, though, and regardless, now, no, my tune is not special or anything. This thing is just insane. When I was testing it out, when I got this barn find, barrel roll, when I was testing this thing out, I could not get the car to flip. It's really tough. They made it so it's pretty easy to keep balanced. But look what happens. After everything I just went through, that killed my skill chain, and that is why we're not using that spot. You want to go all the way to the coast where the water is. And the reason is that it's all flat ground, but just like at the airfield, we have these little yellow fences that we can just keep slamming into, bumping, side-swiping. Just make sure you keep on drifting around, which I don't think anyone should have trouble doing in this P50. I keep almost saying P150 like the F150. I hope I didn't say that already because I just caught myself about to say it right there. But this spot is absolutely perfect for this particular car that we're going to be using. And again, you don't have to use the P50, but I highly recommend it because you don't even need to buy the house or use a skill song. This gets you up to an 8 multiplier. As you can see, it builds super quickly with all the other perks, and the skill score builds pretty quickly as well. Now we need 5 million skill score, so that means even if you use a skill song with the player house that's around the forest, you still need to get 500,000 skill score in a single chain, and then times that by 10. So that will give you 5 million. You would be done in one shot, but let's be honest, you're going to be bored out of your mind after 15-20 minutes of doing this. So again, the way that I'm going to recommend, the way that I think is best for this, is to not go to 100,000 this time. Since we have the 8 times multiplier, go to 125,000. And the reason you want to do this is you're going to get your 10 perk points, which it's always good to be productive, I think. Now, if you want to do the quick way, use the skill song, do it in one shot, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. But going to 125,000 times the 8 times multiplier, that will give you 1 million skill score. So you only have to do this 5 times. It literally takes about 5 minutes to get your skill score up to 125,000, and I honestly accidentally went way too far. I stop, but my chain goes to like, I think 136,000. Pew! So yeah, it just kept on going. It kept going pew pew! I think this might be my new pew car. This thing is so funny. That clip where I was just rolling around in the hills, you guys are probably all dying laughing, because I was dying laughing when I was doing it. I could not believe the thing would not lose the skill chain. It was insane. But the reason that, this spot's going to be perfect is you have no way to flip here. You're just not going to flip. There's no bumps or anything. And considering that if you flip, even if you have that perk on, that pretty much will kill your chain after 2 times, of course, of hitting something. When you flip, you're done. Like, it doesn't matter. And this car doesn't really flip, but the problem is how light it is, like we saw at the airfield, or if you tried to go off-roading, it's just not going to work because you're going to crash into things. So that spot is perfect. Now, the third one, and we're going to switch our car here. This is another thing we're going to have to test because people said changing the car could affect things. I think that's only for individual challenges, though. Now, we're getting into the Gremlin. I got this from a wheel spin. It's a cheap car. This thing is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Love this thing, especially with that Eagles green. It looks so good. I did make a tune for this as well. So the tune for the P50 is just for the skill score. This tune right here is, again, just to save you some time. It's a nice tune that's balanced, it's quick, it has good handling, and it'll make it easier for you to win this race. So you just want to go to your world map and filter for the dirt racing. And it's this one right here. It's currently in spring, a seasonal event, but don't worry about that. It won't be a seasonal event in summer. Well, I guess it could be possibly, but it's probably not going to be. So you just want to go to that location, and I recommend blueprinting it just to make sure that nobody messes anything up here, because I know sometimes people do the wrong race or they'll be using the wrong car or something like that. So just blueprint it. Force yourself to use Colt cars. The class does not matter, and that's pretty much it. Just create your blueprint. You're going to go out there, you're going to race it. You have to win. So again, difficulty is something that you can adjust if you want to. You don't have to. Now with this tune, honestly, I tested it out and I killed this race on above average difficulty or highly skilled, somewhere around there, the medium difficulty. So you don't have to use New Racer if you consider yourself to be a pretty good driver, but just want to throw it out there because you have to come in first place. You have to win the race, and that is how you will get progress for the dirt racing series race, that particular race that we had to do there. Now that brings us to the final one. You just have to get 3 near-miss skills to get 10 Daredevil skills. So each 3 near-miss skills that you get will equal a Daredevil skill. Go to solo. You want to find traffic, and the easiest way to do that is to be in solo. There's tons of drivatars everywhere. And like I said, just near miss, near miss, near miss, and boom, the Daredevil. So you can keep this going. I kind of messed up my driving here, but I just wanted to show you can continue to drive and another one can pop. So just 3 near misses will give you a Daredevil. You can do wreckage, you can crash into things, doesn't matter. You can keep your skill chain going and another Daredevil can still pop after you get 3 more near miss skills. So that is pretty much it for this Forzathon. Daredevil skills, they're pretty easy. You just have to know what to actually do for it. The 5 million skill score, it's up to you again how you want to do it, if you want to use a skill song or just use my favorite method, which is being productive and getting a lower amount of skill score that takes out a big chunk of the challenge, but also gives you the perk points. So that is pretty much it, just a little preview of the upcoming Summer Forzathon Cult Cars. Really hope this helped everyone out. If you have any questions, just let me know. But I'm out of here, guys. Peace.